Hello, Hollywood, and welcome to this morning's Walk of Fame ceremony. A special shout out to our fans watching the live video stream presented by our media partner, Variety. I'm LaRon Gubler, President and CEO of the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce, which is presenting this program. Today we are dedicating the 2,642nd star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame to one of Hollywood's most prolific television, music, and film producers. Today we honor Simon Cowell. Let me tell you just a little about Simon. He has a very extensive resume, so we've just boiled it down to a few major achievements. So Simon Cowell is a global entertainment icon, renowned for his eye for talent and candid opinions. He has completely transformed popular culture through his show business enterprises. Simon is a native of London. All right. Shout out to all you Brits out there. His first industry job was a mailroom position at EMI Music Publishing. And by the 1980s, Simon had become an established A&R executive, joining BMG for what would become an enduring business relationship. In 2004, Psycho Entertainment was formed as part of Simon's new Sony Music partnership. Psycho Entertainment has become one of the world's leading global music, film, and TV production companies, and is responsible for some of the most successful global music and TV franchises. Psycho's television assets include two worldwide record-breaking shows, The X Factor and Got Talent. Together, they have launched more global superstars than any other talent show in history. How about that? I think you can do better than that. All right. Now, Simon first appeared on television as a judge on the UK talent show Pop Idol. He started American Idol in 2002. He led the judging panel for 8 years, which launched the careers of such stars as Kelly Clarkson and Carrie Underwood. The X Factor, created by Simon, premiered in 2004 in the UK and has, you can cheer for the X Factor. Oh. And it's gone on to become a television phenomenon, airing in 178 territories. Artists discovered by the show have sold more than 500 million records worldwide. How about that? As well as being a judge on the X Factor, Simon created the Got Talent format and is a judge on Britain's Got Talent and America's Got Talent. America's Got Talent is now in its 13th season and continues to be the #1 summer series year after year. With an average of more than 20 million viewers per episode, last year was the most watched season for America's Got Talent. Now, Simon has consistently been honored for his contributions to entertainment. I'm going to mention just one because there's so many. In 2015, he was honored with the Music Industry Trust Award, which is the British music industry's most prestigious accolade in recognition of his contributions to the industry and many charitable causes. How about that? And speaking of charitable causes, throughout his career, Simon has remained a devoted supporter of many charities and causes. He's a patron of Together for Short Lives, the Katie Piper Foundation, and the Linda Blair Sacred Heart Foundation, as well as an ambassador for Great Ormond Street Hospital. So we could go on, but you've heard enough from me, so please help me welcome to the stage now our honoree, Simon Cowell. So Simon, if you want to give a shout out to the fans before the others speak, go ahead.
Hello.
I think that was great. Okay, so if you'd stand right over here to the side, you get to have the final word. But we do have a couple of great speakers here who've asked to say a few words about you. So our first speaker today is the Chief Executive Officer of Sony Music Entertainment. He is responsible for guiding the overall global activities of the world's second largest recorded music company. In addition, he has worked closely with Simon Cowell for over a decade on Psycho Productions' music and television output in the U.S. Please welcome Simon's longtime friend and colleague, Rob Stringer, to the stage.
This isn't remotely intimidating, having Simon stand 4 foot away from you while you make this speech. Honestly, I feel like I'm in a reality TV show of my own with him judging me right now. No pressure at all. Anyway, I am here, dear Simon, as the representative of his music partner, basically for most of his career. Going back to the days when he was a fledgling A&R guy in Britain who refused to have his office with the other creative A&R people, but put his office in the sales department because he wanted to know what was going on in the world. So even before many people here today knew who Simon Cowell was, he was a hugely successful A&R person for our company in the UK for many years. And then, of course, as you just heard, the rest starts to become history, and I guess that's why we're here today. Starting with Pop Idol in the UK, moving on to the huge success of American Idol, the show's X Factor, the show's Britain's Got Talent, the show's got America's Got Talent, the show's La Banda, and numerous special TV events and documentaries that have cemented, literally, Simon's role in history here today. On a personal note, I would like to say that the two of us grew up pretty much the same time in the 70s. He was a couple of years before me. But we grew up together in the 70s in the home counties. And I can guarantee in England, this is not what either of us would have expected to be doing here today. Britain in the 70s was not in color, it was in black and white. And so when we looked at Hollywood and we saw the TV shows and the movies that were being made, we could only hopefully aspire that one day these events could take place. So from a Brits abroad point of view, I can completely understand why this might be overwhelming for me, never mind overwhelming for the star himself. So it's a complete honor for me to say that Simon Cowell is one of the greatest A&R people in the history of music business and thoroughly deserves this award. Thank you.
Thank you, Rob. So Simon, you have a lot of fans here, as you can see, right? So in addition to the fans, we have an enormous turnout of celebrities here to honor you today. I want to introduce you, and as I read your name, if you'd please wave to the crowd, and the rest of you can cheer for them. First of all, we have your fellow judges on America's Got Talent, performer and judge Mel B, supermodel and judge Heidi Klum, and comedian and judge and a Walk of Famer Howie Mandel. In addition, I understand that we also have many of the current contestants on America's Got Talent. If you're here from as a contestant, please wave. And good luck. In addition, other VIPs here today include singer Allie Brooke, the band CNCO, singer Alicia Dixon, performer Darcy Lynn Farmer, and of course Walk of Famer David Foster, and singer Catherine McPhee. And we have Bob Greenblatt, the chairman of NBC Entertainment, with us. Television presenter Amanda Holden. Music producer Randy Jackson. Singer Adam Lambert. Singer Leona Lewis. And also Walk of Famer Haim Saban. Singer Louis Tomlinson. And singer Grace Vanderwall. You know, Simon, I don't think I've ever introduced so many people at one ceremony. That's quite a turnout for you. Well, our next speaker is an award-winning singer who recently released her critically acclaimed 8th studio album, Meaning of Life. She is among the most popular artists of this era, with total worldwide sales of more than 25 million albums and 36 million singles. She first came to fame in 2002 as the winner of the inaugural season of American Idol. She was the winner as coach on the 14th season of The Voice and will reclaim her red chair for the series' 15th season, premiering this fall. Please welcome Kelly Clarkson.
You always feel like a slight tool when they introduce you. I know, and it is slightly, like, I never get nervous, but I was like, I don't want to go up there, because you are standing right here, and it's kind of nerve-wracking, but I could think of no better person, just because I feel like, other than Pop Idol with Will Young overseas, I feel like we both started at the same time, like, I feel like, in this way, obviously you'd been working in the industry before, but I feel like that first season was such a beautiful, like, organic, no one was entitled, no one was expecting anything. Everything was just really fresh and innocent, and it was a really beautiful moment. And I couldn't have asked for, especially Randy being here as well, I couldn't have asked for, none of us, and any of us artists sitting here, like, we couldn't have asked for somebody that was more honest, which is the best friend you could ever have, is someone being honest with you, even if they don't agree, but just being honest with you and being supportive. Now, granted, I was one of the ones you were never mean to, so so I'm still waiting. But no, he was never mean to me. But it was more the thing that I never found it being mean, though. I always found it being constructive, and I found that there's no friend in this industry, especially an industry in the spotlight. It's not a friend to you to have a yes person around you. It's a friend to have somebody that actually gives you their truth, and that's the thing that I think everyone can thank you for, from being an artist. And I think, it's no accident. Like, people keep saying, like, you even said this before he came out, you're like, oh, I'm so glad you won the first season. It's like, it's not even if I wouldn't have won, it's not an accident that you're here. It's so many careers, One Direction, Little Lewis, Carrie Underwood, like, there's so many careers here and that aren't even here that you've been the kickstart for. And that's, like, such a talent in its own, just to be able to find just pure, authentic talent that you love, that's so different. I mean, take a look behind us. They're the current ones on America's Got. They're all so different. And I know, there you go. I love this, getting brownie points showing up. You're smart. No, but I just mean there's so many different artists that have come from this man being a part of that, all their careers. And there's something very telling that they're all not the same. I think the one thing that I've enjoyed about Simon over the years, even when we've run into each other or our experience on American Idol, is that he appreciates authenticity. Even if it's not something he's into, he appreciates you being yourself. And that's very rare in this industry. I think people always want you to fit into something, in some kind of category, so they can sell it. And I think his thing that he's so talented at is finding just authentic people that have a raw talent and are really themselves, and that's all that they really know how to be. And I think that that's something that should be applauded and praised in this industry especially. So I'm so thankful. I know they only gave me 2 minutes, and I was like, why did you ask me to talk? Because I talk for like 30. I don't do synopsis. But I was very honored, and I literally said yes right away, because I was so excited to be here for this, because literally we were right here 16 years ago when this man helped change my life and the lives of so many sitting over here and that aren't even here today. So thank you is really what I wanted to say to Simon Cowell today. So thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. So Simon, it's your turn to speak, but let me just say by final way of introduction that we hereby declare this Simon Cowell Day in Hollywood.
I just want to, before we start, I would just like to ask you, why has this taken so long? I'm kidding. As Rob said himself, genuinely, I was a massive fan of American television, American movies, growing up. I remember the first time I came to Hollywood, and that was a long time ago, thinking it's the most magical place. And now I'm looking down at this. It is so surreal, I cannot tell you. And I was thinking driving down, oh, who do I thank? Well, I have to thank the people who gave me a start, Sony BMG in the music business, to Fox for putting our show on initially, to NBC for saving our ass on Got Talent, because we could not sell this show. And if it wasn't for NBC, there would be no Got Talent. And then I have to thank all the agents and the producers and of course the artists. I mean, you know, without artists, we have no shows, we have no label. And what I'm most proud about, I'm looking down at most of you now, is that we've become friends as well as business partners. Lauren, you've been my rock for the past few years. Put up with everything I put up with. My friends who've flown in from London, you know who you are. I really do appreciate it. And oh gosh, I suppose the one thing I was also thinking about today was who would have got a biggest kick out of this, and it was my mum and dad. And they're not here, but I have a feeling they're looking down, and now I can look over to my son Eric and say, maybe one day you'll get one of these as well. And I also want to thank all the fans who bought the records, who watched the TV shows, because again, without that, we wouldn't be here. I might as well mention Dunkin' Donuts, actually, because they've also sponsored Britain's Got Talent. And they are very good donuts, by the way. Low calorie, they're good for you. Anyone else, Bob? We're good. Okay. But it's been a blast the last 18 years. Like I said, if anyone says fame is a bad thing, I don't know what you're talking about. It's the best thing in the world. Thank you, all of you, for turning up and making this happen. It means an awful lot to me. Thank you.
Let's unveil the star.
All right, we are going to do something different today. We're going to do a countdown to the audience to help us unveil the star. We're going to start with 5. Okay, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Straight ahead, please.
You guys don't come down so much. Kelly. Wrong, right? On your right.
Oh my goodness, look at this crowd.
Guys. On the start. Simon. Simon.
Back in the center.
Dead center.
Alright, I need you guys to look straight ahead.
Simon and Kelly.
Simon Kelly. On your right.
Simon.
You're right.
Alright, straight ahead, guys.
That's good. That's good.
Simon, straight ahead. Kelly, how about my kiss?
Simon. Hey, boys. Can you get more center, please? More center.
Center on the side.
On the center, you know. There you go. There you go.
Gentlemen.
Louis!
You're on your right.
Simon, Louis! Gentlemen! Hey, gents, to your left.
Simon and Louis straight ahead. Straight ahead.
Simon, straight ahead, guys, straight ahead.
Guys, down here, please.
Louis, Simon!
On your right, please. How about with the judges?
Right here for NBC. Right there. Right there.
Simon's dead.
Any chance of losing the shade?
Are you kidding?
Simon!
Very good.
To your right, Simon. Straight ahead.
How about one without those sunglasses? Okay. Mine too.
In the center, Simon, in the center. There you go.
Lovely. There we go. That's the lovely.
Just your... Doran, Simon, you're right. On your right, Doran. Simon, you're right.
Yeah, guys, dead center. She did it.
Doran, Simon.
She did it.
Now is the big shot.
Hiya.
Simon! On your right.
Hey, guys, dead center. Simon, look up! Yeah, on this turret. Yeah. Simon, get on the stop. Get on the stop. There you go. Woo! Yeah.
Straight ahead of it.
And all three of you, please.
Dead center and right in front. And jump.
And I need a
How about the American Got Talent judges?
And the judges.
How about the judges?
Déjà, il est... Hey, Chuck.
Simon, you're right here.
Hey, straight on, straight ahead. There you go. Come on, the bring your show. For the people.
Simon, I need everybody straight ahead.
She's coming. So next, now. There we go. Now. Missing one.
Where is she?
Now.
Heidi, don't make me come over there.
There we go. We got the crew. There we go.
Yes.
I'll do it for you.
Oh
yeah.
You're right, guys.
Hey guys, dead center. Now.
Heidi, you're not looking right.
Now.
Everybody right in the front.
Straight ahead, guys.
Straight ahead.
Guys, can you all turn this way? Can you keep it? Heidi, can you Heidi?
Heidi doesn't understand angles.
Hey guys, dead center. Dead ahead. Hey guys, dead center. The center. There you go.
On your right.
Guys, we're on the show.
Heidi, you're right.
There you go. Oh yeah.
Heidi, you're right.
Hey guys, look up. Simon. Hey. Focus. There we go.
Everybody
Oh
this
yeah.
way, please.
Heidi.
All right. All right, guys, everybody straight ahead.
All the good looking dudes right here.
Guys, can you take it this way? Guys, can we get enough single shots of him?
Can't hear you.
We get enough single shots of him.
You should have it together.
Simon!
You guys turn this way. You just gotta. One more thing.
What are you doing up there?
Come on, Howie.
One more thing.
What do you want, man?
Text from Apollo Bill. He wishes you the best. Just one, is it too late?
No.
I was not asked to speak, and I'm pissed off. I was not asked to speak, but that doesn't stop me. This man means the world to me, but I mean nothing to him.
Okay.
You didn't ask me to be part of this.
Lost control.
One more. Lay down on it. Bob, he has to lay down.
Okay, Bob.
Security, can you move to the background, please?
Ali, back to your left. Ali.
Guys on the right.
I want that Bronco.
Have a lot of friends.
Hey, Adam. Simon, Adam. There you go. Lovely.
Right in front, guys.
Let's get all three of them.
No, really? Really?
Okay, one more. Grace and Simon.
Okay, guys, straight ahead.
And Catherine, say.
Catherine, on the right.
Three of my favorite people in one place. Over here, right here.
Anna, take her time.
Hey, guys.
It's not straight.
One shot. David.
Fiona,
Fiona? Straight ahead. Straight ahead, guys.
And Miss Lewis.
Yes, Fiona. Straight ahead.
Everybody straight ahead, straight ahead. Now me and you.
How about you sit on it?
Finally. Security guy in the background, can you please move?
Simon, you and
His
the
head's
star.
growing out of your head.
Get out of the way, you're in my
I'll touch it now.
And that special smile right here.